Dawn over the highest ridges reveals a world where the mountain, not any animal, sets the rules. Thin air, loose stone, and cold turn every ordinary movement into a decision with consequences. A snow leopard appears only after the eye has almost missed it, a pale shape built from rock and shadow. Across the slope, bharal feed on a ledge so narrow that safety and danger are the same place. Here, survival is vertical. The animals escape one threat by climbing into another. The leopard's paws spread weight over snow, while its tail corrects every fraction of imbalance. It does not waste energy in a chase. It waits for the mountain to offer a mistake. The bharal herd answers with many eyes, each animal watching a different angle of the slope. For a moment, nobody moves. Even the wind seems to wait for the first wrong step. Above them, another hunter writes its circle into the sky. The eagle hunts with distance. It lets gravity and panic do half the work. Its shadow crosses the herd, and the cliff suddenly has two directions of danger. The snow leopard watches from stone. The eagle watches from air. The bharal must read both at once. A younger bharal tests a crossing where the ledge narrows to almost nothing. The mountain does not attack. It simply removes forgiveness. Far below the drama, a pika works with frantic precision among the rocks. The pika cannot fight the mountain, so it stores summer piece by piece before winter closes the door. Its warning call cuts through the stones, a tiny alarm in a giant landscape. The same rocks that expose the large animals hide the small one completely. In this world, size is not the same as control. A golden eagle drops lower, scanning for motion among the stones. The pika freezes, trusting stillness and architecture more than speed. While predators search for opportunity, the pika survives by making the mountain into a pantry. A yak herd enters through blowing snow, dark bodies moving like a slow wall across the plateau. Yaks do not escape weather. They carry insulation, mass, and patience into it. A calf stays inside the herd's shelter, learning that survival can be communal geometry. For the snow leopard, a yak is not a simple meal. It is a wall with horns and memory. The weather turns, and every animal loses a little information. In fog, the snow leopard becomes more dangerous because the mountain helps it disappear. Bharal descend toward a feeding shelf, forced by hunger into lower, riskier ground. The eagle waits above the fog line, watching for one animal to separate from the pattern. The pika seals itself under stone. The large animals have no such door. The snow leopard starts moving only when the herd's vision narrows. A hoof slips, then catches. The whole slope seems to inhale. The leopard accelerates for a few seconds, but the cliff has its own opinion. The bharal break upward, choosing a route that would kill almost anything else. The eagle dives, then pulls out. Even the sky hunter refuses bad odds. The attack dissolves into breath, snow, and distance. Failure here is not drama. It is the normal tax paid to stay alive. Even a failed hunt teaches the map. Which ledges hold, which crossings betray, which winds hide scent. The yak herd lowers its heads and keeps moving, surviving by refusing the mountain any single weak point. The pika emerges once more, collecting one last stem before cold erases the day. Above, the eagle folds into a cliff perch, leaving the valley to night. The snow leopard becomes stone again, not defeated, only postponed. By dark, the secret is clear. No animal rules the Himalaya. Each survives by borrowing one of its rules.